Everybody, hello, how are you? Tuesday night, Folkwise Live, we're here. Daisy, you there too?
I sure am.
Hi,
hello,
Daisy.
everybody.
What's going on?
Hi.
Let's get right into gameplay, or first let's meet our guest. We have a first tonight, Daisy. Do you know what that is?
Oh?
This is our first guest who's in a time zone ahead of us.
Oh, it's true.
So we're introducing the guest right away. No hour of Dom and Daisy goofing around. We're going right to introducing the guest, and I will head right over to that if you're ready. We've got coming to us all the way from St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. We've got Daniel Peretti. Dan, say hi to the chat.
Hi, it's really exciting to be here. Thanks for accommodating the time zone difference there.
Hey,
much appreciated.
Thanks for working with us.
Can I ask you a preliminary question before we jump into gameplay? And before you formally introduce yourself?
Okay.
I noticed that Dom said Newfoundland. I know that's not right. How are you supposed to say it?
It's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
I tried to say
Newfoundland. Yeah, he said it
oh,
right.
Oh, he did?
I
have a personal insecurity about not being able to say it right, and I have a hard time pausing and saying Newfoundland.
Oh, people who say Newfoundland aren't saying it right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I've heard people emphasize the found. You emphasize the land.
Okay.
Dan, why don't you give the chat a brief summary of who you are and what you do?
Sure. Well, I teach in the Department of Folklore at Memorial University of Newfoundland. They brought me here to do courses on legends and folklore and popular culture and mythology. So that's the gist of it. I went to Indiana University. I grew up in Michigan. I was born in Ontario, actually. So
oh, really? Yeah, cool. Point on your hand where you grew up in Michigan.
Right there.
Perfect. Okay, good to know. All right, Dan, you have never played Hades.
No, I haven't.
But you know a few things about the Greek pantheon, correct?
Oh yeah. This is interesting to me. I played other mythology-based games, but it's been a while. And
this is gonna be perfect. Then.
Daisy, give Dan the intro into Hades if you could.
Info is that you're Zagreus and you're an angsty teenager and you're trying to get out of hell because you hate your dad. You want to see what the real world is like, and you have to travel through all of the different layers of the Underworld, and each of them has gods you can use to help you get out and get special powers and stuff.
Yep.
That's my gamer.
Dan, quick tour. This is the court of Hades, so to speak. Oh, here's Dusa, who has a crush on us, the little Gorgon maid.
Okay.
Here's Dad.
What did I tell you, boy? Always full of your time.
Good voice.
Yeah. How do you like how Hades looks in this? I appreciate that they doubled down on the gems as his iconography.
Oh yeah, right. So the association with the Underworld means he's underground, and that's where all the good stones and metal is, right? Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, all over. He's got the eyebrows. That's really important. He smiles with his eyebrows. That's the most evocative description of him, I think, in all the classical literature from the hymn to Demeter. You got Cerberus there.
Oh, this is Daisy's favorite part. You ready?
Yes. Yes, you are so good.
Here's
anyone
around the corner? Oh, here's Achilles.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'm not surprised that everybody's got British accents, right? That's standard for these sorts of things.
Most people have British accents.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll show you someone in a second who doesn't, and I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyone hanging out?
Is Hades sitting at a desk filling out paperwork?
Yes,
is that what's going
on
there? That is amazing.
What better job?
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess, when the first description of all this that we get is from the Odyssey, right? When Odysseus goes down there and Achilles is just like, don't die, go back. I wish I'd lived a long and happy life. So because everything is so dull and boring. So yeah, paperwork sounds about right.
Here's someone with a New York accent. Skelly, our training dummy.
Oh yeah. What? Okay, that is. I never really noticed that, but yeah, he does definitely have a New York accent, and he's the fight guy.
Found some of this ancient Titan blood out there, and I was looking to score some more. You come to the right place regarding that.
Almost too much for me.
Wow. Yeah.
How am I supposed to keep track of which ones I learned these with then?
Oh, he's teaching us how to do how to upgrade the weapons. I've been going ham on the fists here, but we've got Aegis Shield, we've got Dad's Bite, we've got the Stygian Blade. That's a gun. That's a gun. This is the bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow, yeah.
Yeah, the gauntlets, which are my favorite weapon.
Oh yeah.
Artemis.
Artemis. Look at those little quails. I love them every time.
Yeah, so she's Artemis does everything.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Let's go, girl.
All right, let's break out of hell. You ready?
The shrimps! Okay, Dan, I also call these shrimps every time. I know they're not shrimps, but...
Oh, that's great.
Aw, flex a
If they're
try.
not shrimp, what are they?
They're witches. They're witches.
Okay.
The witchy shrimp. I definitely think they look like shrimps.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
All right, Dan, who do you think this heart is?
A heart. Jeez, I don't know.
Let's wait and see.
Is that
Well.
culturally applicable? Did the Greeks have the?
They have the heart
I've always
symbol.
wondered about that.
I don't know.
Isn't the organ where the Greeks believed your desires were, like the liver?
Liver, yeah. The heart wasn't much to them. No, yeah. Wow, it's been a while. Why was the vulture eating Prometheus's liver? I forget. No, Aphrodite makes sense. And she's gonna go around naked. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. What are these things?
They're like ghosts of drunks. I forget what they call them.
They're like
Oh.
Jabba the Hutt / Donald Trump in one creature that you have to punch to death.
Uh-huh.
They've got a big old what do you call the big old wine glass?
The big old wine glass. There's a name.
Oh,
for
the
bigger wine glass.
it's not the Pythos. Kylix.
Yeah,
Kylix?
yeah. They're
Ooh.
rocking Kylix's teeth plate.
So is that gonna take you to Zeus?
Yeah, a mid boss. There's a skull
Thunderbolt?
on the door, so there's a mid boss first, and I hate this.
Oh, who is this guy? Gem Master?
Yeah,
Yes.
a bunch of gemstones,
Gems.
skulls and
I fight-
gemstones.
Nobody told me in this game that you have to fight the reanimated corpses of rocks. Do rocks have souls? Is that what you're fighting? And why are they in the underworld? If this is true, Dan, I don't know that much about mythology. What is the consensus, if you know, on afterlife for non-human
Damn.
creatures and objects?
Oh,
You
you're
know?
not gonna see that, as far as I know, in Greek stuff.
Okay.
They used animals as metaphors for the soul.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then the idea was, I mean, it's not a pantheistic time frame for any of this stuff, but the philosophers were getting annoyed, like Thales of Miletus. He was kind of saying, what I interpreted as kind of annoyance was like, everything is full of gods. So it's not that they were alive in the sense that humans were, but they were imbued with that divinity in some way. If that makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah.
Daniel, for the chat, what's your working definition of myth you use as a folklorist?
Well, when I teach it in Introduction to Folklore, I use the basic ethnographic viewpoint, where it's a sacred narrative about set in primordial times, about the shaping of the cosmos and humanity's place in it.
Oh, that's good.
It's a little mostly Dundas, right?
Yeah.
When I teach popular culture, I talk about how it's not quite. Bruce Lincoln is a religious studies mythologist, does a lot of work with ancient Greece, and he is ideology in narrative form. which I think is pretty good.
That's pretty interesting. I was talking with I'm in the comparative studies department at OSU, and so a lot of my cohort are studying a lot of different things. And one of my cohort mates is Hype Train made it critical success. Amazing. One of my cohort mates is a religious studies major person. Her focus is all on religious studies and law. And when I told her that folklorists often define myth as sacred narrative, she was like, "Oh, we're trying so hard to get away from the term sacred." because sacred is something. It's also a very flexible and perhaps broad kind of term.
Well, yeah, after Durkheim.
Yeah. So it's interesting that we still use like sacred narrative, but really I think your definition of like written ideology or something is
narrative,
or narrative, is better.
Well, the reason sacred it works is because people know what it is, and I think teaching folklore, you kind of have to point out that you already know what this stuff is. We're just putting it in weird terms, so you have to give them some stuff they already know. And so how I define sacred is that it's just special in some way, which means that people set limits on it. So you can only tell them at certain times.
Thank you,
the easy example is like Barry Tolkien's work with the Navajo coyote stories, right?
Yeah.
After the first frost of fall and before the first thunderstorm of the next spring, you can tell these stories, but only at night. So it's more like you're testing these things ethnographically rather than giving them outside definitions.
Sure.
Yeah. But that doesn't hold true, right? So a lot of these stories had no sacred component to their performance. They were just whenever they come up, right?
Sure.
So is this the kind of game where you can miss stuff easily?
What do you mean?
If you don't walk in the right direction, you're not going to see a doorway that you can go through.
It's more like it's like a branching kind of path.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to commit to one hallway at a time.
Right.
Really, it's the kind of game where you die over and over again, and then have to pick and choose what you're gonna focus on next time around. Oh, here's our friend Deathlord's favorite character.
Charon, okay.
All he ever says.
For me, the defining image of this character was from the 1981 Clash of the Titans movie.
Oh, sure.
just a skeleton in a robe. That's it. He's just on a boat.
Athena's got my favorite skills that go with the punch.
Yeah.
All right, it's Meg.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I need to know more about that, What did you think Meg was going to be like, and how did your expectations change?
I wouldn't have. Is that the right name for one of the Furies?
Megara?
Yeah. I don't even know.
I
think so.
thought the Furies were old ladies, to be honest.
Yeah. I have sort of a serpentine image in my head of them, but I'm not sure where I'm getting that. Well, I was unaware of the burgeoning field of classical scholars, reconstructing what Greek instruments would have been like, and then forming little bands.
Isn't that so cool? Here's Zeus. Let's go, Zeus. Come on, Zeus.
No. So you gotta fight Zeus?
No, Zeus is on my side. He's raining down. Oh, I died! Crap. We'll get better.
There is no escape.
We'll keep going. Zeus was sniping her from Mount Olympus.
Okay.
Well, that's all you do in this game, though. You get back up and you do it again. Oh, Hypnos is here.
Yep. Oh, cool.
Hypnos.
Let's check out
You gotta
Hypnos.
sleep.
Oh.
People in the chat are compared to Daisy.
Yes, they think I'm Hypnos. which
Interesting.
I find as a compliment, but also because to me Hypnos as the god of sleep is a lot like Linhardt in Fire Emblem Three Houses, who
you
we both
married,
also
yeah.
love and marry every time.
Oh, here's Nyx.
Really?
Oh yeah, see just a second.
Hades. Nyx is pretty cool. Nyx is like all the TikTok witches. Like
Nyx,
that's Nyx.
Nyx made Fleetwood Mac cool again.
Oh.
Oh my god,
See,
Trey.
I don't think of a character like this. I don't think of Nyx as actually doing anything. Right? These are the early ones that are just in the background once the Olympians come on the scene.
Sure.
Nyx and Eros, all those sorts of characters.
That's interesting. 'Cause sometimes on this show, we've been dancing around the idea of adaptation a lot in some of these conversations,
Daisy.
and it's interesting thinking. Yes, you gotta give the pup pets. When pup is there, pup gets pets.
Of course.
Otherwise, pup is on walk,
Why not?
and pup will come back.
Ooh, just two.
Should be out there guarding the gates, though, shouldn't he?
He's off duty.
He's there later.
You'll see.
He's there later.
He's there.
Is he?
Sleepy,
Yeah.
sleepy boy.
Yes, he's taking the night off. But it's interesting thinking about like the adaptation, especially when characters are kind of, or people are gods are underwritten or sort of in the background, and how they get like, you know, recontextualized in a video game. I think that's so interesting, and like that's something that I didn't know. I didn't realize that Nyx was such kind of an early background figure. I wouldn't say she has a huge role in the game, but is present, and you talk to her.
She's
That's
in
more
yeah.
than any,
She's
it's
in
more
the
than a background.
lore. She's in the lore they made up for the game pretty heavily. You know, all of the between she did some things years ago that caused the events of the game to go into motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that sort of thing. I like when they play with the gaps in our knowledge of antiquity.
Yeah.
You know, we know a lot about the Olympians because, you know, they were worshipped during a time when there was writing, but
Yes.
you know, people don't even know what's going on. Like the comparative scholars used to try to figure out things based on, you know, that sort of Proto-Indo-European culture that they wanted to know more about so badly that they just invented things.
Good summary.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, so they were looking at comparing the Olympians with the Titans to the Aesir and the Vanir in Norse mythology, trying to figure out if there's relationships here. So in that case, it might be like there's older people who used to worship these gods that the Greeks who had writing didn't worship, so they just shuffled them off to the back, and nobody knows. I mean, this stuff.
Yeah.
There's so little written about it, right? You get nothing until Hesiod for a lot of this stuff. Like Homer's got a lot, but he's not being as systematic as Hesiod is. So you start back all the way in Hades' office, huh?
Yep. It's
Didn't get to
it's
You
real.
know-
Sometimes this game gets real monotonous. I think that's why sometimes you can run into Sisyphus. I think it's a joke they're playing on
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say that, Dan, that really is the crux of the whole game. This is a game that's kind of masochistic because of the repetitive nature of it. But it's a hugely popular game.
Yeah.
Is it?
At the same time.
I think just people are better at it.
Well, that
You
might
see,
be,
that's the
that might be
thing.
too.
This is the kind of game I would play because it's like it lets you practice a lot.
Yeah.
You
That
have
is
a lot of
good, that is
chances.
And that the practice is kind of the point.
Every
Yeah.
time you die,
Yeah.
you keep all of the like resources you collected, so you can
Yeah,
make a
yeah.
lot cooler
Yeah.
stuff later. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my kind of game. I'm so bad at video games. The only ones I'm good at are like the Tetris games, the puzzle ones, where I can
Well,
spend time getting one skill over and over again.
Sure. T-spins.
Yeah, I was gonna say this game is probably great. Would be great for you then, because you just have to figure out how to get better at the puzzle of getting through the underworld as you collect more resources.
Yeah,
to
kind
do
of like
it
the puzzle
faster
of
and-
doing it efficiently.
Yeah,
Huh?
And what gods you want to combine to make, like, with what weapon to make your abilities better. Like,
Yeah.
for
Okay.
example, I don't want Poseidon when I've got the punches with the gauntlets, because Poseidon
Right.
pushes everything back, and I want to keep everyone close.
and that's something you
So
really. Oh, go ahead.
as you're going through, you beat certain characters and you encounter gods, and they give you weapons and stuff. That's kind of how it
They
goes.
give you blessings. Yeah. Here's
Yeah.
my Here we
They
go.
bless you.
Okay, we've got Athena's dash now. So we've got the Aegis surrounds us whenever we dash.
Dom
Okay.
also likes to dash. Very fast, very fast.
I like the gauntlets.
All I picture in my head is that meme of the like, I am very fast. I am very, very fast.
Oh, you know,
And it's like
Daisy. You know
it's
what that
usually like
is.
a cat at 3 a.m. What?
You know what's down there?
What is down there?
Dan will get to see very quickly.
Oh yeah.
So what are these little flames they've got going, or whatever, like on the left of the screen, the purple stuff?
I think there's just ambiance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff's interesting because you read the old stuff, and the tripods, the braziers, they're all really important. Like the gifts everybody gives each other for the funeral games and everything. That's all important stuff.
Oh yeah. Hey, makes sense they'd be down here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Keep safe from chaos. Chaos is another one who doesn't do anything. He's just
Well, we're
a
giving
name and a list.
Chaos some nectar here to bribe them, because
Okay.
they are our
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah. They're definitely our favorite gato.
All right, prepare yourself.
Oh. That's really interesting. The eye on the top there.
Yeah.
And the like, I don't know, like the, what is that called? The echo of the image is how, the visual echo. I
sure.
don't know what that's
Yeah.
called, but there's sort of like expansiveness to their being.
Yeah, yeah.
Normally you lose health go to Chaos's realm, but we're holding their egg, so you can
Okay.
go
Yeah.
free.
The egg of chaos.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting, because the contrast between chaos and cosmos makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
So the egg is primordial and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of references. Like I'm always interested in gods who aren't worshipped,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think chaos is one of them. In some places, once the gods aren't worshipped, like they're literally considered to be dead. Especially in South Pacific and things like that, they'll destroy the idols if they stop worshiping them. But
That's very Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
But that's actually what I'm working on these days, is the other stuff.
All right, Meg.
You keep
You're not gonna get me this time. Oh,
She does have a really good voice. I like the voice actor for Megara.
okay. Challenge.
She just is such like a mean girl burn book voice. Like
yeah,
so
she
mad.
is.
Right? Like I just really like that voice.
Oh,
Hi new guy neighbor.
neighbor.
And that's not British in the accent, is it?
No, it's not.
I don't think she is,
I
yeah.
don't think any of the Furies are.
Huh. Wow.
Wow, look at that explosion. Yeah, I guess you can see it in not in this section of the game, but in some of the ones when you're talking about the like flames on the side, or like, what's the decor, we walk across river Styx.
Okay.
That's like the only thing that I think is like an explicit.
Wait till we
I don't
get
even
to
wanna-
the
I don't
other
even-
layers. Wait till we get to the other layers.
Yeah,
You'll
I
have
was
a
like,
lot to
I don't
point
even.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're in where's
Tartarus.
this? Is
We're in Tartarus right now.
Tartarus?
Yeah.
Okay. I always think of Tartarus as like the opposite of a mountain, because they threw a mountain on them after the big fight. I guess it's just a big hole in the ground. Isn't that what the opposite of a mountain would be, I suppose?
A mine.
Trying to
I
sound
was just gonna
profound
say,
when I'm
like-
just saying a big hole in the ground.
I was just gonna say, like, you mean a hole or a cave or
Yeah.
something? An inverted mountain.
Yeah.
We're in the belly of the inverted mountain.
There we
here.
go. Athena really is a hard counter
Yeah.
to Megra. Being able to bounce her little lasers with your Aegis shield. Very good.
So this part's really interesting. Like you're picking the gods to go with what you want to do, and that's that's how it works. But it's the trying to make into a concrete. I mean, maybe not even concrete, just making into a power the provenance of a god who, they're a lot less specific than the handbooks would like you to believe.
Sure.
So people would worship the gods that they needed to at any given moment, and they would make offerings to them for what they needed. But there was nothing wrong with asking Athena for everything.
Yeah.
The big thing was that they each had their own specialty that the other gods couldn't step across. Like at one point, Hephaestus makes a door that no one can cross, when no one else can open it, and that's a big point in his favor. Like because he's the smith, he can do that sort of thing. So like Aphrodite, if she wants you to fall in love with somebody, none of the other gods can stop it. But she could do a lot of other things.
Here we have the ruins of Asphodel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I like the images here.
What's here? Centaur heart? Let's do it.
Oh, it's a little flotation device.
Yeah. It's a little skull raft. I got an item that makes enemies drop food. So they're dropping euros now. Which is funny to me because not an ancient Greek food, right?
It couldn't be.
I associate it with the cross-cultural contact with the Ottoman Empire. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know anything about that sort of thing. I'm sure people do. The other part about why I'm paying attention to all the surroundings is that's the stuff on the pottery and the paintings.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's another thing that was survived. So we get these representations of things, and the way they evoke context with minimalist efforts to do things. Battlefields are just a few spears.
I should this is probably our last run before we interview you, but I should linger behind I should linger in Hades' office so you can see the mural behind him, or mural fresco. You can see the art they put behind.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
The witches are so easy, Daisy, when you can deflect.
When you just know how to punch the shrimp.
Oh, those are
Yeah, those are like one of the little blobs.
these little blobs are
Blobs.
gorgons, and they're shooting kind of stone balls at me.
My goodness. I like the
I'm not getting hit, or I'd show you.
That's one thing that's interesting
Oh, there
too
we go.
about a
Now
lot
I'm
of video
stone.
games
Now I'm
is
stone.
oh, you are. Is like the monsters in a lot of mythologies are unique, right? Or not even if with the Gorgons, there's just 3 of them, right? That's all you get.
Yeah.
And so a lot of what video games do is they make it a class that has lots of members.
Yes.
So there's one Minotaur in the one story, and then
Yeah.
you play a game and there's a lot of Minotaurs. Or Gorgons is another
There's
one.
one Minotaur in
Yeah.
this game. We'll see if we can get to him.
Is there?
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's
We'll
another
try.
thing that fantasy fiction does that a lot too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dungeons and Dragons, there's can you play Minotaurs? It's been a while. But at some point, there's a lot of Minotaurs.
I don't think you could play.
James
a
Dalton Bell in the
Minotaur.
chat should answer if you can play Minotaurs.
You can. I think it can counter them.
Okay. Dan, these are my 3 favorite gods in this game, so I'll have you pick. Am I
Okay.
am I going for Athena, Hermes, or Artemis?
I would always go with Athena myself.
Good. That's
not knowing what's coming.
Yeah.
basically defense, speed, or critical hits.
Okay, so she's defense. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
Athena, they're some of the gods, they do overlap a little bit, like war, right?
Yeah.
The Athena and Ares, but if you look at the nuance, Athena is the god of tacticians, the
Yes.
generals, whereas Ares is the god of the soldiers, the grunts on the front line.
Interesting.
So they do very different sorts of things.
Yeah.
So defense makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas something like offense would make more sense for Ares.
Oh,
Right, that
Ares.
makes
Ares
sense.
is how do I put it? Like damage per second. Ares tacks on damage with his abilities.
Right.
He gives you that the bonus damage.
Uh-huh.
That's one of my. They kind of do. I think the reference they're going for is like the Sword of Damocles, but with Ares is a special move, like kind of like a. It looks to be like a sword made out of blood floats over the enemy's head and then like drops off.
That's a good image.
Apparently, D&D 5e has 2 different versions of Minotaurs. One in the Thai MTG book. That's the monster
I
guide.
knew
book.
he would know this.
Yeah. And a couple different books related to D&D that are all playable character races. Thanks, James Bell.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh,
They're also in the monster manual.
So there's Athena.
and she's made of bronze.
Bronze, okay. So she's got her owl.
Yep.
She's got the shield. The shield should have a big ugly face on it.
The
Oh,
one that
what?
you use has a big ugly face on it.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, I got the owl
the
pendant. I got the owl
iconography.
pendant. That means
Oh.
That means I will see more Athena. That's
Good.
awesome.
The way we know these gods from the imageries associated with them, the iconography, is often ambiguous on the vases and the friezes and things like that. But
Sure.
they were usually kind enough to write their names by their heads.
Okay.
That's always nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
They knew that they'd have different artistic licenses
Yeah.
in the creation of the image version of the god.
Well, my
Mm-hmm.
my kind of take on the Greek, like the ancient Greek religion, is that like canonicity is much less important than it is to like modern
Yeah.
religions.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was practical in a way that I think it's lost. So the witches, I gotta say, that's the one area I would really love to dig into.
Oh, what they're going for with witches? That
We know what's going on here. I just don't know a lot about the history or the mythology of it. You know, I can tell you this stuff about Hecate a little bit, but
Who's not in this game, and that's the only god I
Oh.
wanted. I know.
Yeah.
I've been very public with how sad I am that Hecate's not in this game.
So the closest I've ever played to this is the God of War games, the first two, and I don't think she's in that either. But there have been a few more since I stopped playing those.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hermes.
Hermes is potentially, I think, the most interesting god.
Oh, really? Do tell.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's just everywhere. Partly because he's sort of a messenger, but also because of the Herm, from which he gets his name, right? So it'd be this pillar, this phallus that would just be on roadsides. So you're just walking along from city to city, and then there's this giant phallus at a crossroads and things like that. So he's the god
Oh my
of
god.
the crossroads, and people would he sort of makes Apollo into what he is, stealing his stuff and giving him the lyre, and just really interesting. Just shows up, and he's like in everything, you know.
Yeah.
He's associated with medicine, with his staff, the Caduceus staff with the serpents twined up it. So he's just like in everything.
I'm killing a Hydra skeleton right now. I
Okay.
guess it's already dead if it's a skeleton, but I am dismembering a Hydra skeleton.
Good. It's got horns and stuff, and it lives in lava.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at them all. Get them.
I remember.
The Hydras are cool.
Let me punch you. Can I punch you? There we go.
Punch.
Ooh.
I like that it's kind of a snake. I don't really know how Hydras are described. Are they supposed to be kind of like a multi-headed snake, or?
Yeah, they don't get there's not a lot of description
Great.
in these
more
things.
Heads. More heads, of course.
I'm thinking of other monsters like Typhon
Yeah.
and Charybdis and Scylla. So like that they have, instead of legs, they have like a bunch of dogs or something like that.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you like which dogs or if the Hydra looks like a particular type of animal. This is great. I like this game a lot.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad whenever I can get like gamers into folklore and get folklorists into games. All right.
Yeah.
Daisy, can we keep
go.
going while we're at it? I know it's 9, but I feel like I'm getting hot. Can we go a little bit? Dan, are you cool? Are you cool staying on a little bit longer? Okay.
Yeah, that's all right with me.
Cool.
Okay, I think you can get to the
Our bull
I
boy.
think get to some other stuff we haven't seen in this run if possible, and then
Sure. I'm
basically
getting the.
when you die, whenever you die next.
I got Athena's owl with me now, so I hope I can run into Athena again. Dan, here's
Okay.
Elysium.
Oh, really? Oh, it's green and lush.
Yeah.
I like the little wisps. I don't know what they were. The little white blobs that reminded me of in Hayao Miyazaki in Princess Mononoke.
Oh, yeah.
The little tree forest spirits.
We have to fight these like spirits of warriors. The shades, right?
Okay.
I gotta punch a shade.
How do you punch shade? A very important
Daisy, you
job.
freaked out when you saw these like ghost chariots last time. Right?
Oh my god, yeah, I was like, where are the horses? Where
Oh,
are
yeah.
the people? It is Ghost Chariot.
I wonder who made that decision. That's a curious one.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any precedent for ghost chariots in the mythology or literature. Huh.
Yeah, oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry, cousin.
Rip.
Okay.
Oh no.
So looking at that picture, Athena had gray eyes. That's
Yes, gray-eyed.
that's how I understand it. And they look kind of golden in this, or bronze, I guess.
Sure.
Or at least in Homer she does. I don't know about much of the rest of the stuff.
What do I see people online saying? I think a cool thing about this game that it's got like a lot of like kids to start reading Greek myths so they can understand the source material. And I think I've never seen so many people online talk about, what is it, the Chthonic Hymn of Orpheus before.
Oh, really?
Everyone is saying like, oh, there's so many references to the Hades game in that. Okay, not so bad. We got it.
It's
No,
very
no, her
true.
eyes are
Like,
kind of gray. You see them?
they flash. They're like flashing.
They flash.
okay,
They flash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, we want Athena's aid, where we become invincible.
Ooh.
All right,
I mean,
real question:
Yeah.
Athena or Artemis?
Well, if you're looking to not anger them, Artemis will make you sick and die.
Underrated comment.
Well, that's the bow and arrow, right? That was the metaphor
Yeah.
for the diseases.
Yeah.
Apollo is the one usually who does that in the myths.
I haven't seen Apollo in this game. I don't know if he's here.
Oh no.
Yeah. I always liked that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, as everyone who watches this stream week to week knows, I'm very Dionysian. But
Yeah.
so I have to respect Apollo. That's my other half.
To imagine
right.
that Apollo is. It's got to be, and it would be very weird, I think, if Apollo wasn't in this game.
Sure. Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that just be strange?
I know you can't find Demeter until you get to the surface at least once. Then she'll start showing up.
Right. Well, she doesn't actually go to the Underworld. She just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh. Okay, let's go. Athena, invincibility. Look at us.
I will say,
we have a
like,
phalanx around us.
The fantasy
yeah.
metal soundtrack in this, like, just really, it's a very good running playlist. My mom would approve.
Yeah.
My mom really likes Limp Bizkit for some reason, which we've talked about on the show before, and I could see my mom definitely leaning into the Hades soundtrack, being like, "This is cool."
Plus 200% damage or greater.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
her ability. She
Mhm.
you can randomly you can get criticals with her.
The essence of Apollo is strange. He's not a war god, right? But he did, like all the gods, he would have something to do with war, and people would pray to him. But he's known mostly for the combat with Pytho.
Yeah, exactly.
So they don't emerge from the underworld into Delphi or anything like that.
I guess there's you can't accidentally end up in Delphi when you get out of here. That would be cool. My favorite thing about this game, like the kind of liberty they take with the Greek gods, is when you can when you have enough powers where like you start unlocking team attacks.
Mm.
So like the one I got when I was playing off stream earlier was Artemis and Ares.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like Artemis, or not? Did I say Artemis? Yeah, Artemis and Ares. So like Ares gives you a like a swirling tornado of blood that like does damage everywhere. Artemis's abilities like lock on the enemy and seek them. So their ability together, you get like heat-seeking tornadoes of blood.
Tornadoes of blood. Now I'm thinking about how the gods actually give their gifts to people.
Yeah.
And it's not in tornadoes of blood so much. It's usually in physical objects. Like they'll give you armor, they'll give you a shield. Like
Ares gives you a
Thetis
vial of
giving
his.
Achilles the shield.
Ares gives you a vial of his blood because he's chill.
Mm-hmm.
At least Athena just gives you an owl. That's so much more normal. We've got Athena's phalanx surrounding us.
Yeah, where I was going with that makes sense here. Like, if you read the poetry about the war, the god's blessing would look supernatural to other people.
Sure.
Right? I mean, you get all that. Like, they would actually come down to the battlefields and do things with their powers.
What I always thought was that's always been my big problem with the Brad Pitt Troy movie. Absolutely none of that.
There are so many problems with that movie.
Oh yes, a lot of
that movie made me very sad.
Hey, speaking of something that's not in the Brad Pitt Troy movie, do you want to meet a sad man?
Sure.
What we were once. I wonder if it's but a falsely ringing memory of mine.
We just hit our sub goal.
Oh, we did! Let's go!
Yeah.
Check's face!
So we just hit our sub goal. That's awesome. That means that as a reward, we are going to do show and tell. So, wow, y'all are really keeping us booked. You're doing too good, dare I say.
So, Dan, who do you think this lovesick soldier hanging out in Elysium alone is?
A soldier, huh? Is it Jason?
No.
No. Trying to look at the. Huh,
If you've
that's a
really
tough
been
one.
paying attention, you might be able to spot this by his uniform.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's
I don't know
tempting to
if
guess
it's
something like Orpheus.
Oh, Orpheus shows up. Orpheus looks like
Does he?
Robert Smith from The Cure. So I know this is question mark. I'll spoil this for you because someone in chat guessed it. This is Patroclus. who is in the same clothes as Achilles
Surely-
is, and just
Surely you can't be said think gayer.
think gay, yeah, and is always sitting by himself crying about how he can't see his boyfriend anymore.
That makes sense.
He was like, "You're crushing it tonight."
Well, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't replenish my lost life because we got to get to the interview soon, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ham on abilities here for this last fight.
I just had to allow Surely You Can't Be to reference the stripper pole from Lil Nas.
I mean, what else is anyone talking about? this week?
I know this whole chat is now very slowly turning into Lil Nas X stands because we're talking about the Underworld and
Yeah, and he's there now.
Oh yeah.
yeah, and he's there now and just chilling.
All right, here's
Very good.
here are the champions of Elysium. If you'll notice the emblem on the center of the floor is like the Predator epic brofist. And so here's Theseus. He's kind of like Homelander
Theseus.
from The Boys. And yeah, and there's the Minotaur.
Oh, okay. Giant axe. Oh, I see the floor. And one thing I've been doing lately is digging into all the other material that doesn't get a lot of attention. My favorite ancient writer is Pausanias.
Oh.
Not because he's a great writer, just because he's like a proto-folklorist.
Yeah.
500 years, 600 years after Herodotus, but he's just walking around like my tour guide brought me to this shrine, and here's what story he told me, and so you really get a sense of how important someone like Theseus was that you don't get unless you're reading that. Like you can read even ancient books like Polydorus, and he's got a lot about Theseus in there, but you don't get the sense that there were all these shrines around Athens, just everywhere, devoted to him. And so you just get that idea of what people were doing. That's really important to me as trying to write about Greek mythology as a folklorist.
Yeah, the everyday life part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Theseus got me. I'll
Rip.
be ready next time.
There is no escape.
My counter I normally use to counter Theseus is the shield that Eurydice gives you, but we didn't run into it. I'm trying to run into Eurydice because that makes that fight against Theseus so much easier.
Right.
All
Well,
right.
we have an interview to get to.
We have an interview to get to, everyone. Let's.
Oh wait.
What?
The last thing. Go run to Hades and look at the mural.
Yes, go run to Hades and look at the mirror. A mural. You ready?
That was it.
Yeah. Oh wow. There's a lot going on there,
There's a
huh?
ton going on there.
You unfortunately can't get a better angle of it,
No.
but
The
that's
skulls everywhere.
yeah,
He's holding up the giant skull. That's amazing.
Yeah.
pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
We got
those are
the three like Furies that you can fight.
Oh
at the
wait,
end of
wait,
the first
hit,
level.
press R.
Press
R.
R.
That's what I was guessing there.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was.
I think
It said
it's
exam.
just explanation.
He's just gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought it was gonna give you a different angle.
All right, Dan. So
Very
I hope you enjoyed Hades. I think it'd be
Yeah.
dope if you picked this up a little bit. It's on PC.
Oh my God.
So it's on PC. So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah, this is great.
that'd be awesome.